Alright, DC Brew in the zoo. And we're on a carousel. Woo! Because beer and spinning round and round always works out well together. Woohoo! Happy Homebrew Wednesday.
Hi guys!
Ah! Her cheetah's slow. My ostrich bird is kicking her ass. Go! It's a flightless bird, it's retarded. So what is up, everybody? It is that time, so happy Homebrew Wednesday as I drink from my brand new DC Brew at the Zoo glass. Cheers, everybody. That is getting better with age. This right here is, I made a beer for my brother-in-law for his 30th birthday. And it is a take on Ithaca Brewing's apricot wheat ale, if I recall correctly. It's not really my style of beer. We used apricot extract. I'm not too happy with that. It still has a kind of like fake taste to it. But once my tongue gets past like that part of it, once my taste buds get past that part of it, and kind of taste the base of the beer, and it's not too bad. So there's definitely some potential with this going forward. Maybe make some changes to it. Maybe change the yeast. Maybe make it like a saison. Some things to think about. But let's get back to it. So this was well, I guess this past week was there was a lot going on. Did Brew at the Zoo, which was awesome, and then that was Thursday, and then this past weekend we did I think it's called like a low country boil, where I used one of my spare, it was my original 5-gallon pots, and what I did with that bad boy is filled it with a bunch of like Miller and Coors and a little bit of water, and then put some Old Bay and stuff, well not some, a ton of like Old Bay and stuff inside the water, and then we threw in some potatoes, some shrimp, some andouille sausage, and then there was one more type of meat in there that I can't remember, and then some corn. Cooked all that stuff up, drained it, served it. It was great. It was for the wife and sister. She's a twin. Their 30th birthday, so it was really cool. So we had that happen. Now we're almost like a week and a half ago. I sent the Growler challenge out to Justin. So we'll see. He was saying there might have been a small problem, so we might have to make a change with the Growler, but I'm still waiting to hear back from him what that entails. What else happened? That was basically the gist. So yeah, had a real good time at the Brew at the Zoo. It was a blast. There was about 100 breweries there, and between 35 and 50, the number seems to vary depending on the website I go to, but between 35 and 50 vendors for food. So it was awesome. I got to have a lobster roll, and there was something really cool that I don't want to spoil yet. But check out all this video, and you'll see basically the cool stuff that was going on at the Brew in the Zoo this past week. Alright, so here is DC Brew in the Zoo. They've got about, I think the last time I counted, there's 24 breweries here in this area. And the one down below, there's another 24 breweries. And then one up there, there's another 15. So it's 15, 24. Down there, there's another 24. And then down there, there's like another 30. It's insane the amount of breweries that are here. Check it out. And this goes out to SJ. Of course, when I start recording, they stopped doing blues and bluegrass. But before this, they were a bluegrass band. Very nice. Awesome setup. Here's some more breweries. Oh, and freaking bocce ball. Hell yeah. Best part of the Brew in the Zoo. Crazy people are allowed to run free outside of their cages. You guys on the West Coast might not appreciate this, but East Coasters, they got Lido Pizza. Oh, the best pizza on the East Coast. Here's the best part of Brew in the Zoo, that VIP area. So I talked about I think there's over 100 breweries. Inside here, there's over 50 restaurants that are doing free samplers to people who bought VIP tickets. One of those things being a pork fat, it's deep fried pork fat covered in bacon and a caramel sauce. It's amazing.
I would kill the pig myself just to get more of that. Up there they got like crepes and stuff. Awesome. It's the way to be. And here is the last setup. There is actually 35 breweries in here. They are, as they say in the military, nut to butt. They are as close as you can get. There's Lagunas, DC Brew, 3 Stars Brewing, Port City, Founders, Stone is right back there, Crooked Rye Brewing, Right Proper, I think I already said it, but DC Brew, Caboose, Kona, Natty, Brewing Blue Point, Blue Rock, Devil's Backbone. They've got numerous gold. They have numerous gold winners from the Great American Beer Fest last year. So this is an awesome setup. Can't complain at all.
Okay, so that was the Brew in the Zoo. It was a blast. Had a really good time. That actually ended up being my father-in-law's birthday present from, or no, it was his Father's Day gift. That's what we got him for Father's Day. So it was a blast. Tickets were a little expensive, but to be honest, when you really factor in everything you get and you factor that it's DC, it's really not that bad. All things considered, I'll go again next year. It's something I didn't even say. The temperature there was amazing. It ended up being like July 17th. Normally, July 17th weather in Washington D.C. is about 90 to 100 degrees. It was 77 degrees that night. Crystal clear skies, just like a tad little breeze. It was just awesome. Food was great. Band was great. Beers were great. While I was there, I got to have a beer from the guy that does the American Sour Ales book, Michael. I'm gonna butcher his last name, so I'm not gonna try it. But he's the Mad Fermentationist. His beer is called Kodachrome Dreaming. It was awesome. Best sour beer I've ever had in my life. Perfect amount of tartness, some good flavor going on, like some citrusy. I think there was like lemon or orange peels in the boil, if I overheard correctly. It was a blast. Got to talk with the head brewer at 3 Stars Brewing. That was awesome. Had just a great time. Really, really enjoyed it. I think I'll definitely do it again next year. Yeah, that was it. Oh, and to clarify, what I was talking about there, they had something. It was it was bacon. It was pork belly covered in chocolate with little bits of bacon and like a caramel toffee thing on the top, all on a stick. It was ridiculous. I probably had about 15. Awesome. Then they had some barbecue there that was served on top of jalapeno grits. I'm not a big grits guy, but that was really good. And then their barbecue also had a strawberry. Now, hear me out. A strawberry barbecue sauce. Sounds weird, fruity, funky. It was just a smidge enough of sweetness, but then there was a heat at the end. I don't know what the heat was, but man, was that good. It was like the perfect sweet and heat all at the same time, just melding together. Then there was a bunch of places doing brats and stuff. It was just awesome. It really was good. I think we'll definitely do it again next year, assuming weather's not going to be that bad. And then I think the wife and I are going to try to make that a thing where we end up just staying in the city, getting a hotel, and not having to worry about it. That was that. Let's circle back on the Growler challenge. There might be some changes that have to be made. I'm waiting to get the Growler back from Justin. He was saying it was leaking. I did a bunch of leak tests and I never had a problem with it. So I'm wondering what happened. Whether or not maybe somebody loosened it on his end, or maybe it just went through a hellacious travel experience, or maybe the weather was just too much, because when I shipped it, it did have to go through some 100-degree weather to get to Kentucky. So maybe the weather was just too much for the beer. But if that's the case and we can't do that, what I was thinking is I actually have one of these awesome bombers from a local microbrewery, and what I could do is actually just end up filling this and capping it with some homebrew and just shipping it out to someone, or shipping it out to people using this. It's got a regular top, so if you guys can cap beer, you can be involved. So this actually opens it up to even more than just people who have growlers. Or sorry, opens it up to even more people than who just have kegerators. Gosh, my English is atrocious. So yeah, to everyone who said they want to be in it, let me know if you would still be down if we sent something like this out. Of course, I'll take the label off and run it through the sanitizer for about 15 or 16 times. But yeah, it's got the head is total normal beer bottle. It'd be easy for everyone to cap, and then also for people like Kevin Clements who are still bottling, if they wanted, they could actually just use this. I don't mind if it stays at someone's house for a couple weeks while the beer conditions. But yeah, let me know. If not, maybe we just might have to put the Growler challenge on hold, which would really suck, but it is what it is. That's a problem when you live in a country like the United States where temperature fluctuations are so drastic and air pressure is so drastic. Maybe it just might not work for the United States like it did in New Zealand because, let's not to be a dick, but New Zealand is much smaller and things are a lot more, there aren't as big a changes going from one side of the country to the other. And I know we have a office out there, so I always make fun of the New Zealand guys when they come over here because they talk about how great our beer is, and I'm like, you have no idea. There's someone in New Zealand who makes amazing beer. Just go to Wellington. But let's not keep rambling. I'm gonna go, guys. I'm gonna finish drinking this beer. I'm gonna enjoy watching your videos, and I'm gonna try to see what we're gonna do about this Growler challenge. Any questions, concerns, hit me up below. If not, have a happy Homebrew Wednesday, and can't wait to watch you guys' videos. Cheers. See you next week, guys. Peace.